everyone. And it's 2 days to Christmas. Wow. We've been counting down since the 12 days to Christmas, and we've had various founders and CEOs, COOs of various NGOs, and they've shared their experiences on how they started their careers in non-profit. Today won't be any different. We have a guest, someone I've known for over 10 years now, and he's been very consistent in managing and implementing programs in the non-profit. So his name is Mr. Adegbola Abiodun, and he is the COO of a youth-led initiative, an NGO focused in development. And he also serves as a board of an NGO and also provide advisory support to the NGO sector. He's a graduate of Microbiology, University of Ado Ekiti, an alumni of Social Sector Management, where we met. And also he's a graduate of, an alumni of the Coady International Institute of St. Francis Xavier University, Antigonish Halifax, California, Canada, and where he had a diploma in development leadership. So all this have actually equipped him. He's very professional and expert in fundraising, program implementation, stakeholder management and training, and he's been consistent with his values in managing non-for-profits. So we're going to go on a very short break, and when we get back, we'll meet him. Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back from that short break, and you've been speaking with me, and you're about to meet my guest, Mr. Adegbola Abiodun. He is the COO of a youth-led initiative called YIELD, an initiative, an NGO based on youth development. So let's get to meet you. Merry Christmas, Mr. Abiodun.
Merry Christmas to you. It's a privilege to be part of your program. And we have known each other for over a decade now. So thanks so much for your consistency. My name is Adegbola Abiodun, Prince, the Chief COO of Bode Akindele YIELD Initiative. It's a youth focused organization, and it's a privilege to be on your program.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. So did you travel for Christmas, or you're with family?
Yeah, I'm always with my family, travel to go and felicitate with everyone. And I know that this year has been a great year with all the pandemic and all of that. So
yes,
I'm going to be celebrating with my family for the grace for all of us to be alive.
All right, thank you so much. So why did you start on this journey in non-for-profits? Why? What inspired you? Couldn't you have been working in a bank or maybe in a hospital? You did microbiology.
Yes, for me, being in this sector, the dream came from when I was growing up. I came from a royal family. I'm a prince. And
wow.
I remember I'm from Ado Ekiti in Ekiti State of Nigeria. And so growing up in the palace, I think at about age 7, I realized that, okay, some of my brothers and sisters that were living together in the palace were not bearing the same surname. And I was curious, and I asked my parents, and that was when they told me that, okay, oh, this your brother, that is his family house. This is your sister, that is her family house. And it's not one person, not two, not three, not four. All of them were living with us in the palace and were treated as one. You know, during university period, even going to school and everything. So I was asking my parents, okay, why? What happened? So my father, being the king, he was not educated, but for him, he believes in education. Okay, for our town to develop, we need our children to be educated. So that if tomorrow we want to get something from the government or they are looking for a position, if our children are going to the farm, there is no way that we can be opportune. So that was his message to the community members. And those parents then that were not able to afford to pay for uniforms, sandals, and all of that, instead of sending their children to the farm, my parents will tell them, oh, let them come and stay with me in the palace. There is enough room to take care of all of us. So with that, I felt like, wow, this is very, very inspiring. And they gave their life, everything to everybody, and nobody was treated like, oh, this is not my biological son or daughter. And we see all of them grow up, even to marry and all of that. And today, in my town, there is no household without a minimum of a graduate, which was based on the education. My father was moving from house to house to counsel parents to understand the importance of education. So that was why, for me, growing up, it has always been how to impact people's life, because that was what I saw my parents did during their lifetime. My father died when I was 14, but even I remember the great moments we had together, and even with the community member up to tomorrow, they cannot, the history of our town cannot be complete without mentioning my father's name. So I remember when I finished my youth service, during my youth service, I served in a bank, and I was even retained. They sent my name to the head office for me to be retained. But for me, that was not my call.
Yeah.
Because I believe that even with my faith in Christ, that a man's life does not consist in abundance of his possession. So money has not been the issue. So when I told them, because I was applying to different NGOs, so when I told my branch manager that, I've gotten a job, I'm leaving, he was like, which oil company or which bank is going to pay you more than what we are going to pay you? And I just laughed. I said, it's a non-governmental organization. They were like, what? NGO? Do they have money? I said, for me, that is what makes me think. Absolutely. It has been my passion, and that's why I've been there over the years.
Oh, wow. This is such an inspiring story for this Christmas. Wow, guys, I hope you're listening. Praise on the show. Awesome. Awesome, Abiodun. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
So has there been any time you faced a challenge, like you were not really, you weren't going to do this again? And if there was such a time, how were you able to push forward? How were you able to continue? What are those things that helped you to come to this position? Now you're a COO of an NGO.
Well, for over 15 years now, being in this sector, I've learned a lot. And one thing that has been keeping me going, like I said, was my background. My parents, they gave their all to everyone. They were more concerned about seeing people's life being impacted, for the community to grow, for the society to be seen. And in the course of my work, a lot of challenges have come up, but I've never been to that point of a regret, because God has been faithfully there taking care of my needs. So, like I said, I remember one of my mentor, he was telling me when I joined the NGO sector, when I started, that he told me a story. Okay, there was a man by the seaside. When the wave comes, when the water comes to the seashore, it will bring fish, a lot of fish, and by the time he's going back, he's going to leave some behind. And if care is not taken, if they stay out of that water for a long period of time, they will die. So that the man will come, pick one, and throw it back to the sea. But there was another man looking at, see the seashore, mighty, and there are a lot of fish there. Why are you wasting your time? And that he picked another one, throw it back, and he said, even if it is one that I've saved, I've made a difference in his life. So I believe that in the development work, most of the time, people focus on having millions to impact billions of life. But one life that you impacted is very important. So that has been my joy. That, even when I face challenges, in the course of my work and everything, I see it as an opportunity for me to learn a different lesson. So at every point in time, I've seen people, okay, there were students in the university that during the course of my program on HIV and AIDS, that I've reached out to, that in another organization, they've become volunteers for my program. And I've seen them married and grown, and they are still thanking me for the impact that I've made in their lives 10, 15 years ago. So those are the things that keep me going. So whenever I face challenges, I think about the life that I'm living, that God has been faithful to me, is by His grace I'm alive. So I need to look at millions of people that wants to be in my position. And from the beginning, it has not been about money, and it will never be about money for me. So that's why I keep going. That's what keeps me going.
Wow. Guys, you've heard it from the mouth of our guest today, Mr. Abiodun. And we'll be going on a very short break. Please go call your friends, tell them a praise is in the house. And then we'll be right back after this break. Thank you. Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back from that short break. And you've been speaking with me, Faith Afolabi, the host for the Microbiology Consult Chat with Humans in Development. And our guest today is Adegbola Abiodun, and he's the COO for Bode Akindele YIELD Initiative, an NGO focused on youth development. And he has shared us with his experience on how he started by looking at the example of his father, the king of his village. And he's been able to use that experience to also impact lives as well. We know it's Christmas and we don't just want to talk. So we're going to be finding out some personal things about him. So stay tuned. Okay, so I'm going to be asking you a question, yes or no. So have you ever fallen asleep during a class meeting?
Falling asleep?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What happened? You were tired.
I was tired, Lagos is crazy. Then 3 hours drive to work, traffic and all of that. So
okay, so that leads me to my second question. Have you ever changed your clothes in the car before?
I think yes. Sometimes I have done that before. Okay.
Okay. Okay, have you ever cried at work? Have you cried at work before?
Cried at work?
Yes.
Yes, because I remember when I lost my mom.
Oh.
I was in the middle of a training. We were training, and they broke the news. I could not control myself.
Yeah, that happened to me too. When I lost my father in 2016, I was actually in a training and I also broke down. May their souls rest in peace. Okay, so have you ever gotten into the wrong car by mistake?
No.
Okay. So have you ever driven over a Golden Gate Bridge before?
Golden Gate Bridge? No.
Okay. Have you ever been to a concert before? A musical concert?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
right.
I've been to.
Which one?
I've been to a lot of concerts.
Okay.
There was one at a Christmas concert at Muson Center.
Okay.
In December.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to one as well. I think the Mamma Mia show. It was wonderful.
Okay.
Are you reading another language?
No, I tried, like when I went to Canada, I tried learning French, but I didn't continue because it was a free lesson towards the end of my program. So
okay,
I would have loved to complete that.
Okay. Have you ever donated an organ to someone?
Organ? No.
Okay. Can you touch your nose with your thumb?
I've donated.
Okay.
But I've donated blood.
Blood, all right, good. That's so
not
wonderful.
organ.
Okay. Can you touch your nose with your tongue?
Mine.
You tried. Oh my wow, this is interesting. That's good. Okay, and the final one, have you taken part in a protest before?
Protest, yes. Well, during my university days, yes, when I was on campus.
Okay, that's interesting. So you talked about your school at Coady. I would like to know, did you get funding to do that program? And if yes, how were you able to get that funding? And how has the program impacted your work as a COO?
Okay, Coady International Institute is part of St. Francis Xavier University in Canada. And it was a scholarship for development workers. So we have 34 participants from 19 countries all over the world for the program, a 5-month program. So it was a scholarship that I got. It was funded by the Canadian government. I went there in 2015, July to December. So we were able to look at our work, looking at it from the different perspective. We have 4 participants from Nigeria, and there are other participants from Africa, India, Pakistan, Jordan, all over. So we're able to look at globalization, we're able to look at youth, even the issue of giving priority, gender equality, So God created each and every one of us in a unique way. And for me, it's really opened my eyes to see things from a different perspective, and it has helped me in the course of my work. So you are looking at about what a man can do and what a woman can do, and in the class is more of practical engagement, discussion, and with the different ideas from the different countries all over the world, we're able to realize that, okay, we are the one that is giving a barrier to our ways of living, either as a man or as a woman. Because God created us, when we remove that barrier from it, a man can do what a woman can do, apart from the issue of giving birth. So when it comes to the issue of work, for us to help people, for us to have a sane environment, we should give everybody an opportunity. We should work together. So it has really helped me, because even the participants of that program, Diploma program, we are still communicating till tomorrow. Wow. And we are still having we have a WhatsApp group since then, and we are sharing lessons learned after we have left, how our work is going and all of that. Update. If I was even during this NSAS crisis, some of them called me from different countries, send messages to check on me. How are you doing and your family? And we are praying for Nigeria and all of that. So it has really helped my perspective about life more, to see that, okay, my passion, I've chosen the right path in what I'm doing today.
Wow, this is interesting. So to wrap this up, I would like you to encourage someone out there, let them know how you were able to, what are the things that you did to get to where you are today? How can they leverage on this kind of opportunities that are out there? Because a lot of people are looking for scholarships to help them grow in their career. So what would you tell someone watching now this Christmas season?
Okay. What I will encourage them to do is for them to be focused on what they want to do. For me, the number one thing is not for you to be thinking about money.
Yeah, except that.
It's not about it's not about money. For me, it's all about the impact you want to make in the life of people. Okay, even let me tell you a story about me. I'm married, I have 2 lovely girls, but in 2009, we lost a child who was 6 months old. And beautiful girl, adorable girl. And my wife and I, after the burial, we said, okay, how are we going to remember our late daughter? We reached out to an NGO that we want to support an orphan. And we have 2 of them that, okay, we have to pay for school fees, uniform, even nutritional support for 2 years, just in memory of our late daughter. So it's not that, oh, we're mourning, we're crying. We owe everything up to God. Okay, it does not depend on us to have a child. It's all about the grace of God. And when that incident happened, we said we are going to take it in good faith, and to remember our late daughter, we were able to give support to an orphan. And for 2 years, we were doing that. It's not that we really have money. We have helped people when we still have, we have not even finished paying our children's school fees. But God has always come forth for us at every point in time. So for people who are in this space, or who want to be in this space, your number one priority should not be about what you want to get, but what you want to give. Because those are the things that will keep you going when the chips are down. And for you to look at all these international organizations, scholarship that is going to benefit the work you are doing, so that your passion and your joy level will continue to increase. Either there is money in your pocket or not. Even during the lockdown of COVID, we were able to give support financially, food supply to different people out of what we have on our own. That's our own personal projects. And even our girls in their school, they know them. Oh, my daughters, they are ready to give out even some clothes that they have not worn, they are new. They are giving it out to people that don't have. So they've learned that from us because we learned that from our parents. So that has been my own encouragement for them to focus, think about what they are going to give, not what they are going to receive. Then look for all those scholarships that will improve their work, so that with that, the sky will be their limits.
Wow, this has been wonderful. This has been entertaining. This has been very educative. I had so much fun, and I've been inspired all over again. Thank you so much, Mr. Adegbola, for coming on this program. So guys, we've come to the end of this show, and we wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will be back tomorrow on the second day to Christmas, and it's going to be exciting as well. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tune in by 7 p.m. So thank you so much, Mr. Bola. We wish you a wonderful Christmas with your family, and we will have you again next week. Bye. Goodbye.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Merry Christmas. Bye.